The Wendigo, a name uttered with fear, a whisper in the darkest corners of our minds. A creature born of greed and hunger, twisted and forever ravenous. Legend says it stalks the frozen north, preying on those foolish enough to venture into its domain. Its chilling howl, a harbinger of death. I had always been drawn to the darkness, to the fear that lurked in the shadows. The Wendigo was more than just a story to me. It was a challenge, a mystery that beckoned me. My obsession grew with each passing day. I scoured ancient texts, each one painting a more grotesque picture of the beast. I listened to the hushed whispers of local tribes, their voices filled with terror and reverence. I knew I had to see it with my own eyes. I had to confront the Wendigo. The air hung heavy with the scent of pine and damp earth. Sunlight struggled to penetrate the dense canopy, casting long, eerie shadows across the forest floor. The forest in northern Ontario seemed to hold its breath, watching, waiting. I ventured deeper, each step taking me further from civilization and closer to the unknown. The silence was broken only by the crunch of leaves under my boots and the distant caw of a crow. A shiver ran down my spine, and I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. I pressed on, driven by a strange mix of fear and anticipation. My heart pounded in my chest, a drumbeat against the silence of the forest. The sun began its slow descent, casting the forest in an ethereal, almost sinister glow. As darkness enveloped the woods, the temperature plummeted, icy tendrils of fear wrapped around my heart. The forest seemed to come alive with unseen eyes, whispering voices carried on the wind. My breath formed white clouds in the frigid air, each exhale a testament to the growing fear within me. I stumbled over a gnarled root, my flashlight skittering from my grasp. Darkness. Panic surged through me as I groped blindly for the light. My fingers closed around something cold and metallic. It wasn't my flashlight, it was an animal trap. Old and rusty, its jaws sprung open. I felt a chill run down my spine, a sense of dread settling in the pit of my stomach. Section 4. The Haunting Presence. The wind howled through the trees, a mournful cry that seemed to echo my growing fear. I could feel my heart pounding in my chest, a frantic rhythm against my ribs. Shadows danced at the edge of my vision, twisting and contorting into grotesque shapes. It was as if the forest itself was closing in, suffocating me with its oppressive presence. A twig snapped behind me. I whirled around, my flashlight beam cutting through the darkness. Nothing, but the feeling of being watched intensified, prickling at the back of my neck. I pushed onward, desperate to escape the growing terror that surrounded me. But there was no escaping the feeling that something was hunting me. Section 5. Face to face. The air grew colder, biting at my exposed skin. My breath came in ragged gasps, fogging up in the freezing air. Then I heard it, a low growl, guttural and inhuman, echoing through the silent trees. It was closer this time, closer than before. Fear, raw and primal, coursed through my veins. I fumbled for my knife, my fingers clumsily trying to find the handle. The growl grew louder, closer, filled with a hunger that chilled me to the bone. A shape began to emerge from the darkness, tall and skeletal, its eyes burning with an unnatural light. The creature moved with an eerie grace, its breath forming clouds of ice in the frigid air. The Wendigo. It was real.